say hello to Jaguars tight end Evan Engram, who we appreciate joining us and taking a few minutes coming off a big-time game, a career day on Sunday. And my goodness, your phone's probably been ringing off the hook for the last 48 hours. I hope you answered all those texts, Evan.
Yeah, I think, I just got back to the last couple ones today. It's been pretty cool.
What is a day like that for you? You've played in the league for a while, but never had a day like that. Does it feel like, hey, I can't wait until I play the next game, and we're on a roll right now? You can't wait to practice tomorrow, or do you just soak it in?
It's pretty definitely a unique day. I think, we're at an important of our season where it's definitely important to kind of flush it, move on to the next one. We do a good job of that. Our team does a good job of moving on no matter the result. So, obviously I've watched the film and learned from, what there's to learn from, and can grow from some things and, add it to the next week of preparation.
You join us sometimes on Jags Report Live over at Sneakers in Jax Beach on the TV side. And last night I had Chris Manhertz on the show, and I asked him this question. I said, does Evan even go to the tight end room for meetings? Do you have to, bounce back and forth between the receiver room or tight end room?
Yeah, no, we're in the O-line room more than we are in the receiver room. So we bounce back from, just trying to be physical and trying to be all-around players, and that's pretty funny, but Chris has been a great teammate. We've been working hard together, and he's been definitely a great leader for our team as well.
Yeah, what is that dynamic like? I did joke with him last night. I said, hey, the guy's got 11 catches in the game. Do you ever go up to him and be like, can you save one for me? Well, you did, actually. He got one catch in that game. But what's the dynamic with Dan and Chris and the different roles that you guys possess in that room?
It's really different. Because we all bring something unique to the game, and Chris is obviously a great athlete, but probably the best blocker tight end in the NFL. That can run, that can stretch the field, and that can catch the ball and make plays. And you have Dan and Luke that are young, and Luke's younger, that can run and be physical in the run game. And then you have Dan, that's probably the tallest out of all of us, but obviously really sneaky fast. I think Dan might be one of the fastest guys on the team. So we all have our roles, and we all push each other and challenge each other, and the support from all those guys and the support we have from each other is awesome as well.
It's an interesting tight end room in that it's one of these rare cases where at the end of the season, a lot of people are going to have to work out their contracts. I don't think anyone is under contract for next year in that tight end room right now. You guys are bonding, though, this season, and bonding with Trevor. Have you given any thought at all to what happens after the season? You're just singularly focused right now.
Obviously, all that stuff is – the contract stuff is, out of our control. We're definitely a great focus on the now group. I think that's probably been one of our best things that, we haven't really talked about that and isn't really worried about that right now. We're kind of just focused on the moment and focused on the task at hand. So I think all that stuff that's out of our control will be taken care of eventually. I think, we're really focused on the moment, enjoying each other right now, and, doing everything we can to defend Caesar strong and see where it puts us at the end.
And then one of those pieces that is now is what happens this weekend and obviously this season. You guys are trying to make the playoffs, but a couple of weeks ago, were you guys still believers in that playoff run, or was this something that kind of got re-energized in the last couple of weeks? Or have you always believed all season?
No, we've definitely always believed. I think literally from the beginning of the season, we have always kind of been through this battle of not beating ourselves and not not putting ourselves in bad situations in games. And it's definitely been a roller coaster. Going through some adversity, losing some tough games, letting someone slip away, coming away with some great wins, really seeing who we are and showing, proof of what we can be. So it's definitely been up and down. And I think that's, like I said, we do it well in the tight end room, but I think Coach does a great job with the team is, just being focused on the task at hand. And obviously there's a situation, and, there's circumstances that we put ourselves in, that, we either have to get ourselves out of or continue to go in that direction to put us where we want to be at the end of the year.
Evan Engram with us, Jacksonville Jaguars tight end. Evan, let me ask you this. Aaron just said something about your relationship with Trevor Lawrence, and obviously you have the career day, but that first drive, you and Trevor weren't really on the same page. You had to get things going. You come back on the next drive, get the touchdown. When you go to the sideline after that, are you like, hey, keep feeding me, like I'm going to get it working? How do you guys go about that, or is it just unspoken? You know you're going to get your thing done once you get the football?
Yeah, it's definitely unspoken. I think it was different this week because Trevor was limited throughout the week and was trying to get back on the field, and a lot of great work was done with CJ, and a lot of great conversations were had with CJ, and I'm trying to be on the same page and build that connection with Trevor, even though he wasn't practicing. There was a great leadership there, and there was a great veteran work there. So I think just as the game went on, it just wasn't even a question. And nobody blinks, and we were able to. The coaches were able to, string together great play calls, putting us in situations to execute against what we knew they were going to do as a defense. And so that was it's just a part of everyone preparing the way that they do. And the trust that we have in each other and just the work that we put in, it becomes second nature on Sundays.
Evan Engram with us here on ESPN 690. Evan, talk more about Trevor. I mean, he's obviously blowing up here in the last few weeks, and we see it in front of our eyes. I mean, this is a big deal. Do you guys sense it's a big deal for this organization? The fans have been around here for a long time. We haven't seen this kind of quarterback play. Obviously, there's high expectation. Last year was a mess, and now these last 5 weeks, it's like, whoa. That's what everybody was talking about. You guys see it in practice. You have confidence in him. But what have you seen in the last 3, 4, 5 weeks that have just, like, put him in a new stratosphere, it feels like?
Yeah, I think it's obviously the mixture of, the plays that he's made this year and the growth he's made and just, his age and, where he is as a player and how much more room he has already on top of, how good he's already shown to be. It's been really cool to watch. And obviously, this is my first year in this with the Jags, and I've been learning a lot as I've been going. And definitely you can feel the excitement from the fans, and you can feel the excitement for the coaches, and just the system that we're in, the system that we've been working through is still the first year. And just how he's been able to come in each and every day and gain confidence through the great days and through the adverse days. He's always found a way to walk away with something, and the lesson has been learned through everything, and it's helped him to get to where he is today. And getting to know him more, he's not pleased, he's not complacent, he's not satisfied. We're really trying to put something together that nobody thought we could do. Probably still think that we can do. So. It's been great working with him, and it's been great to see the growth. It's something that he's been doing individually growing, but also helping the team grow as well.
I get the sense that he almost delivered a post-game message after the Detroit game and just like, hey, we got to be better than that. And obviously you guys all knew it, but he took on like this role. And then at the end of the Titans game, after playing so well, I mean, he's pointing to the scoreboard and waving to fans and has this bravado and swagger about him. And you know what it's like to be a young player in the league. Do you feel like he's turned the corner even another step in leadership and almost saying, hey, this is my team. Come on, boys. Follow along. We'll take you where we want to go.
For sure. It's not even something that he's trying to do. That's just he's shown us who he is because it's so natural. It doesn't feel forced. The swagger and the confidence is well earned and well deserved. And even through the adverse plays and even through the bad plays, like which he hasn't had that many of it as of recent. He continues to move on. And doesn't hang on it. It doesn't let it affect his next player, the next move. And so it's natural for him. It's definitely something that we're feeding off of, and it's helping us attitude-wise, mentally, and it leads to execution.
You took a gamble on this year, a one-year deal, and said, hey, I'm going to go prove it. And maybe, obviously, when a player does that, you want to parlay it into a big contract and that next step. And right now you're pacing, man, for maybe to have that career year and maybe even break the franchise record for yards receiving by a tight end if you have a good 4 games down the stretch. Is there a part of you, just take the dollars and numbers away, that from a player standpoint, you know what Doug is from a tight end perspective, right? He's friendly. Trevor and the continuity, and you're playing with a good quarterback. Like, how much does that factor in, even outside the money, to potentially say, hey, this is a good place for me and my skill set, and I can be productive with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's the reason I play, and that's being around great people, great competitors, great men that help me better myself each and every day, and coaches that are going to put their players in the best situation, the best spots to be successful, and to go win games. And like you said, the kind of the stuff that you listed, it's building, it's turning into something that is really desirable for everybody on the team, everybody in a skill position room, a receiver room, tight end room, quarterback, running back. Like, we're building a great culture here that everybody's buying into, and that is only more people and more guys are going to continue to buy into and really raise the standards of themselves too. So, all that stuff set aside, that's a big part of the game, and that's a big part of what I decide to do every single day is go up to that facility and empty the tank and give everything I have. So when all those things are in line, it definitely it makes it enjoyable, it makes it fun, and God, it definitely feels like God has me in the right place.
Evan, I'm being sneaky here. I'm just trying to negotiate the contract, man. Get you an extension right in the middle of December.
He's basically telling you end up in the pride of the Jaguars if you stay another 2 years, man.
Yeah.
Don't forget no state tax. No reason to go, man.
we can. By the way, they didn't hire me to do that. I'm not the chief negotiator, all right? But I can spend somebody else's money now.
Yeah, exactly.
You might be at the table now.
Yeah, Evan, call him on your side is what you got to do.
Hey, we'll just keep you for another couple minutes. Evan Engram with us here on ESPN 690. I saw you with your mom. She was at the game, and I saw before the game you had this embrace and interaction. And then you go out and have this big game, and we were in the post game with you as well when you're on the podium. And I just felt like that was big to you. That was kind of emotional to you. Did I read that right, to have your mom there and people there and to have that kind of performance in that moment?
Yeah, definitely. My mom is one of the definitely ones in my life that understand how much I put into this game, how much I've put into it, and I've had a lot of great games and a lot of productive days, and just so my mom knows, definitely one of the first ones that knows how much I've been through of late, and she knows that this one was long overdue to have a day like this, and just to have her there, and even my fiance, those two. She wasn't there, but she's been front row of everything I've been putting into the game and putting into the work and the preparation for a day like that. But yeah, my mom being there, 100%, it meant the world. And I was able to see her in the stands as the game was going on, and just see her face and her encouraging me. And it was awesome. It was definitely God ordained that day, just for her to be right there in the way it happened. That was awesome.
You ride the roller coaster as a player. I mean, you're kind of hinting like this has been up and down a little bit the last couple of weeks. I mean, was the drops? I mean, injury to the finger. I mean, what's some of the things you've been overcoming?
Well, no, I mean, this season has been obviously has been great, and obviously it's some games that we'll definitely love back. But I've grown so much as a player that without the things that I've been through, like that yesterday or Sunday, wouldn't have happened.
I got you.
Just my family has just kind of been firsthand of some of the things I've dealt with even before the season, just some adversity, some bad seasons, some injuries, some bad games, and even just continue to work and continue to trust myself and continue to have confidence in myself. It was a big day, and it was something that that they were want for me for a long time. And it was funny just because they know that the potential was always there, especially with the offense and the quarterback and Doug and the way we've been playing some games this year. Like anybody can have a day like that on any Sunday, and it was cool. That was finally I was able to get in there and be productive and be active, especially with my family there.
That's good for you, man. That's a cool moment. All right, I'm going to let you go after this question. The last time you guys had a huge win, you beat Baltimore. It was ugly in Detroit. How much do you think this football team learned from that, coming off another big win, but this one's almost more important now, Evan, to come back home and win some of these games down the stretch to give you guys a chance? Do you think this team has the maturity and the mentality to learn from the last time and take a different approach the next few days leading into the Dallas game?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we have to. We definitely. One thing we're not going to do is, we're not going to have a walk on eggshells mentality. So that doesn't happen again. But we have great leadership, a great counselor on our team to make sure everybody's on the same page and the way we work this week and the expectation going into Sunday versus a really, really good opponent. So I don't think I don't think that thought is lost on us, but it is. It'll be imperative for the leadership this week to keep everybody in line and keep everybody working and really recreate, but on another level of what we did last week.
Hey, good luck against the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody's looking forward to it. Go have a good finish to the last 4 games, and I'll see you at the negotiation table in the offseason, man.
Sounds good. I appreciate you guys.
Thanks. That's Evan Engram, Jaguars tight end.